Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am Raj Harshit, and today we'll be looking at how to create a virtual environment in a desired directory or folder. How can I have a directory which contains all of my virtual environments of my project? So we'll be looking at that, and then we'll be creating a project on GitHub and we'll be downloading in on our local device, local computer, and our project will run on the environment which we have created. Okay, so first we'll start with creating our virtual environment. And before we proceed, I assume you are familiar with GitHub, VS Code, and you know the basics of command line execution. Well, in the video you'll get to know. So let's dive into the video. First, we'll start our command line. We'll start with the creation of our virtual environment. I'll be using my command prompt, and now I'll dive into D drive where I have kept my virtual environment envs. Like you can see, my env folder contains all my virtual environments which I have, like gem for Gen AI, which is Gemini, Vision Pro related packages, all are there, and then LAN, Lit2, my env1, which is my base environment, and OpenAI. All projects related to OpenAI is in this environment. This environment is used. So like this, I have created several environments, right? So similarly, now I'll create one Python environment, which is python-m make venv, means virtual environment, and then name will give as test. It's a test environment and it will take some time, and then we'll have our environment. So it's been created. We can check that, like test. Yeah, it's there. And if you see dir, we have that test environment, right? So now one more thing we can check. If you see here, we are here with our test environment. This is my env folder, and here we have the test environment. And if you see the library, we have site packages which contains only default packages like pip and setup tools. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna install packages. Like a simple one is pandas, right? So before installing any package with respect to your project, whatever project you are doing, what we have to do, we have to activate that virtual environment through passing the path, right? So right now we are in this directory, which is my env itself. So the path will be like test slash scripts slash activate dot bat, which is a bat file. So now our test environment is activated. Now we can do pip install pandas. Now our pandas will be installed. Yeah, installing collected packages like pytz and things. So we can see in the background it's there. Pandas has been installed. Previously it was not there inside the package. Cool. So this is how the mechanism works. This is how our packages get installed in the environment. So I think you got an idea. Now moving further, we'll start a project on GitHub. We'll go to our repository. We'll add a new repository. We'll name it as new project. We'll have a readme file which explains about our project, right? So our project, new project has been created, and now we'll use this URL to clone it into our system. Now I'll get into my command prompt, cmd. Cool. I'll get into my desired location where I want to clone this repository. So I'll make a folder in my D drive. I usually use D drive for my projects. I'll make it like test. I'll get into test using cd command. Now I'm inside my test folder. Now I want to clone, so I'll do git space clone. I'll paste the location, just a second. Okay, this URL I'll paste here, enter. Now my this new project repository has been cloned to my local device, which is my laptop. Now I'll get into the new project, cd space new project. I'll open my VS Code now. For that I'll do code space dot and then, so this is my new project folder in my VS Code, and it has readme file new project as shown in our GitHub, right? So now what I'll do, I'll create a main file, main.py, and to run this file we need an interpreter, right? And we have created a virtual environment which is test. So I'll go down to your right corner where we can have the interpreter. Interpreter is nothing but that environment in which your code will run. So for that, I'll go enter path, which is D drive my envs slash test, which we created, slash scripts slash. We are using the interpreter, right? So that's why we have python dot exe. We are using test interpreter for this project. And now if you see, we have changed from Scrappy to test, venv. Previously it was conda because that was conda interpreter. This is python interpreter, and which is test. Fine. Now if you see, if I write here something, print hello sig, so, and I save it, so I have this option to commit new project, and when I commit, it changes. The change is made to my repository. I'll just refresh. Yeah, you can see we have that main.py file in our repository now, which we did from here. So in this video, we learned how to create a virtual environment, how to create a project on GitHub and clone it to our local system using command line. There are different ways to do that, but we have used command line. And how to push or commit file to your cloned project on your GitHub, and how we changed the interpreter, like the environment which we created, how we used that environment interpreter in our project. Previously it was Scrappy, then we changed to test by passing the file path. The path was the complete directory like D drive my env, because all my environments are in my env, then environment name, then script, then python.exe because it's a interpreter, right? So if you want to install packages, right, so you can have a terminal here. Uh, you can go to command prompt, and then you can activate d my envs test scripts activate dot bat. So using this, your test environment is activated and you are ready to install your requirement packages like pip install, let's say numpy, which is already being installed with pandas. So it will show requirements already satisfied. Yeah. So this is how you can install more of your required packages, or you can have a requirement.txt file here and you can pass it like pip install dash r space requirements .txt. That way you can install your packages. Don't forget to activate the desired environment interpreter, and the environment should be same I hope I'm clear with this. I'm clear with creating a virtual environment and then installing different packages on it, then using its interpreter to start a project. So thank you guys. That's it for today. More videos will be posted soon. Every Saturday, Sunday, we'll be putting on some similar kind of helpful videos. So thank you for watching. Keep learning and do follow me on my social media handles. My social media handle is at the rate of I am Raj Harshit. You can find me from Snapchat to Twitter, anywhere. Cool. So thank you. Keep learning. See you in the next one.